From the shadows they will rise. Hello and welcome to another Smurd P video, and we are looking at Uncanny X-Men issue 13, and we have a very cool cover on the front with Cyclops' lower parts on show, and then we have lots of bad guys here, and I guess as we talk about it, the reasoning why they're on there will become quite apparent. We're together again, and now we need a reason why. So the X-Men, or Scott's men, whatever you want to call them, they're slowly starting to come together. But what is their purpose? So this is a new team. Looking pretty spot on. Some fan favorites out there. Some of my favorites out there. This is Forever Part 3. So pretty much the X-Men have asked, so Harry's hideaway has always been a place where the X-Men have gone for a beer, and they've always been accepted there. So Logan asked for a favor for them to be there, and they are there for now, hiding in the corner. Now it's time for Scott to come up with some sort of plan, and he's coming up with it quicker than what they thought. And basically Alex starts saying the world has changed, quite a big deal. You know, we don't have the school. We're kind of fugitives. There's a mutant, cure out there, and he produces this list. So we got lots of groups, and then we got lots of individuals out there. Magic says it's a suicide pact, and they're all trying to understand what it is. Logan thinks it's a kill list, and Cyclops is like, no, we've gone down that road. We're not doing that anymore. You know, so as we go into the issue, we start seeing how he's learning from those mistakes that he made, even though he needed to make them at the time. Perhaps now's not the time to have them. So he says, you know, that's easy for a guy who's got knives in his hands. And Logan returns by saying that's funny coming from a guy who can see through rose-colored glasses. So a bit of banter between them, which is all good. So this is about proving to the world what the X-Men are about, but it's also about stopping some of the problems that the X-Men have never ever been able to resolve. So it's pretty much a case of who's in, and pretty much all of them are, and well, they will look to Logan. He says he's still an X-Man, no matter what his opinions are, and he was never shy from giving his opinions anyway, and you wouldn't want him not to give them. So pretty much the X-Men looking to strike at, you don't know this now, at Dark Beast, and they come across these guys, and funny enough, they've got no costumes, they've got no money, they've got no Blackbird, so they're all in old uniforms. Uniforms perhaps some of them may want to forget. And Alex strikes this one, and well, he screams out, so he's not exactly a cyborg. And it's a Jamie Madrox. And we soon find out that Jamie Madrox Prime has been looking for some of his captured dupes that have been experimented on all times. And Cyclops thinks it's good that they try and get the information. However, the information from Jamie absorbing one of his dupes when they're dying is... yeah, it's painful for him, so he's reluctant to do it. He doesn't actually want to do it, but in the end he agrees to do it. Also, you got the War of the Realms going on, promos, etc., which I'll probably read at some time. So pretty much they leave him in a bit of privacy, and he does it, and it gives them their first clue of where Dark Beast is. So Dark Beast, we get him about making a joke. If this sandwich got pickles in, he's going to go kill every minimum wage waitress out there, etc. And Cyclops fires in with his optic blasts. And pretty much it's all out war there. So they get straight into it. And Dark Beast is alive. I believe he died in Uncanny X-Men, something to do with nanotech, but he's basically, his mutation was, I don't know, breaking down, saying I'd need to go read it to remember. However, he's back and he has got some improvements, and look at that. He's got big, like, octopus arms. So pretty much with these, he's got big, giant spider legs. He looks absolutely swell at this point. And I'm kind of digging that he pretty much rips this team to pieces quite quickly. He even makes a joke of, you know, Cyclops, I hear you were dead. Let's share notes. However, it's Magic to the rescue. He's like, hey, you're not getting me from that. But he knows about all the mutants, so why he doesn't think about what Magic can do and how she fires it through a portal just to take him out. So there he is. Kind of head. And Multiple Man wants revenge. And Scott says, you know, we're not going to do that. We're not, you know, we're not the bad guys. We're trying to be the good guys, you know. And Wolverine, this sort of thing that he would have done, you know, want to test that theory. And, you know, Dogby's like, oh, crap, you know, this is Wolverine. He will kill me. So they've got the Dark Beast in Harry's basement. It just sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. And they pretty much have a conversation and say that they can't, you know, go down this path again. But Alex also says that he doesn't want to go down the same path as what Scott was doing with his revolution. We can't take that same approach off, saying to the world, you know, mess with us and you're going to regret it. It's not the right way. And I think Scott already knows from the things that he's saying. He already knows this as well. So I've just gone back a bit to one of the earlier pages. This whole kind of bit where he's talking, and I should have said it at the time. I don't know why I did, because I thought about it before I was going to say it, and I didn't say it. And basically, I just want to say this reminded me of Astonishing X-Men, where he says we're gonna astonish them by putting the costumes back on and showing the world, you know, that we are superheroes. So it reminds me kind of that little bit, that we're going to be the better people in this world, and we're going to protect them even though they hate and fear us. So good old Scott Summers back to just basics. To wrap up the issue, so now that Scott Summers, he showed himself on cameras a couple of issues ago. They're saying that the X-Men are back in the world and that they are attacking any place that has got the mutant cure, and it's basically the Mutant Liberation Front, which hovered around in the 90s quite a bit with Frenzy and Tempo forearms. And I think Moonstar was infiltrated them for S.H.I.E.L.D. as part of that storyline as well. And pretty much we see that Hope is here and Banshee there. Now, I'm really glad to see Hope back. I was a big fan of Hope. And she was towards those last sort of dozen issues, I would say. She was pretty awesome. She came back, she was awesome, and she started off awesome. And then Avengers versus X-Men happened in 2012, and she was part of the Cable and X-Force series, but her character could have been such a good character, and it was just ended up what most fans I think thought at the time, a gimmick, I guess is the word, when she could have been more. She could have carried on. You know, that shouldn't have been the end of her story. And that's to be continued. So we got a rescue going on next. Okay, so once again, we've got a pretty quality Uncanny X-Men issue. One that I'm truly enjoying. I think most fans at present are enjoying this whole Uncanny X-Men being reborn. Other than the first 10 issues since then, everything from the annual has been spot on and continues being spot on. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, SmurredP. Follow me on Twitter @SmurredP. No idea what I'm doing there, but I'm there. And embrace geekiness. Goodbye.